This conference will now be recorded.
Sai, please tell me that you are having some doubts on compiler. Then we'll start today's topic as a Python history. Yes, after Python history, then we'll talk about some programming terminologies, what we are going to use in Python development. Sai, could you please?
Yes, sir.
Sai, tell me that.
Sir, compiler is a slow speed and low efficiency, no, sir?
Compiler.
Hello?
See,
Yeah.
See, one thing. If you consider Python alone, okay?
Mm.
Don't compare with interpreter. When comparing with interpreter, compiler is more faster. Compiler is
Okay, sir.
5 to 25 times faster than interpreter. When comparing, if you take individually compiler without comparing with any other thing, okay? So what compiler will do? You know, suppose take an example. You written one small program. Yes, small program, but the program contains 100 statements. You know, every statement is an instruction. Yes, one single line is called as a statement or instruction. Suppose your program contains 100 lines. Yes, in the case of compiler, what happens? All the 100 lines gets first copied into the memory. I'm just talking about 100 lines. What about the very big applications? You have hundreds of the lines, maybe 700 lines, thousands of lines will be there. Yes, when you copy
Yes.
the entire code, source code into the memory, that means it occupies the more memory. Yes, when there is a more memory means load on the machine gets increases. Yes, that's a reason. As individually, when you talk about the compiler, we will say low efficient. Why we call it as a low efficient? Because it occupies the more memory. Yes, and also, and the speed point of view also when you consider, yes, and speed point of view when you consider, yes, it takes a bit time. Individual, if you consider, why it takes the bit time means, okay, means it will take some time means, okay, because there is a some translation is involved, translation from source code to machine code, or we call it as a binary code or object code. So translation time, yes, and so memory point of view, yes, memory point of view and execution point of view. Yes, memory point of view, more memory will occupy. Execution point of view, it will take bit time. Why? Because there is some translation is required at the time of execution. But when you compare with the interpreter, yes, compiler is more efficient. Sai, I hope you understand. Hello, Sai,
Yes, sir.
it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. In case any doubt, you can call me to my number. Even through offline also we can, okay, discuss. Okay, fine.
Definitely,
So,
sir.
okay, no problem, Sai. Okay, good. And today, okay, we'll discuss about the Python history. Why? Because last 3-4 sessions, you people have looked at the Python definition. Yes, now Python history will talk about that and who has developed it. Yes, which language is used in developing the Python. Yes, and what are the different distributions of the Python available. Yes, and so this kind of small history can be, yes, discussed today. And say here, I'm going to write down these points. Why? Because these are very simple things, because you should know, yes, you know the history of the Python. So tomorrow you can speak out that who has developed this Python, on what basis he has developed. Yes, so good. So guys, remember, Python was developed by, yes, a mathematician and computer scientist, a mathematician and a computer scientist known as Guido van Rossum. Yes, he has developed this programming language, Python programming language, in late 1980s and early 90s. Yes. So I want to write some important key points regarding the Python history. So remember guys, so, say Python was developed by Guido van Rossum. Yes, Guido van Rossum in the late 1980s 80s, and we can say early 1990s. What is the meaning of this point is, guys, in late 1980s and early 1990s means, yes, say Guido van Rossum has started development. Yes, otherwise we can say Python development was started in 1989. Yes, 1989. 1989 means it's the late 1980s. Late. Yes, but the first version got released in 1991. Yes, that means early of 90s decade. Yes, so that's the reason we say Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in late 1980s and early 1990s. Say, and when it comes to the second point, yes, and Python and say development was Python development was Python development was started in 1989. Python development was started in 1989, and so Python 1.0 version. Actually, we say Python 1.0 version, but actual version is 0.9. So rather than saying 0.9, we used to say Python 1.0. The Python 1.0 version was released in 1991. Yes. So that's what the meaning of late 1980s and early 1990s. Yes. So, and say, and Guido van Rossum, yes, we shortly call the GVR. Yes, he was an employee in National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in Netherlands. Okay. So we'll say and say and Python development was started in National Institute of Mathematics, National Institute of Mathematics and Computer Science, Computer Science in Netherlands. Yes. So guys, this is an institute where the Python program development was started by the Guido van Rossum. Yes. And the next very important point you guys has to understand. So this the Python program development or Python language development has taken inspiration from many other languages. And what are the languages has been taken as an inspiration to develop this Python programming language? and one is called the fundamental language is ABC. Fundamental language is ABC, and modular 3. There's one more language called modular 3, C, C++, Algol, and Smalltalk, Unix, and some other languages have taken as inspiration. So let us say, and say you can say it has been. It means Python. Python has been derived from many other languages, such as C, comma. Sorry, the first we have to mention ABC. ABC. Next is one more language called Modular 3, and one more language as and Algol 68, and say Smalltalk. Next C, comma, and C++. Guys, see, that means the inspiration from these many languages means what are the features in ABC language, what are the features in Modular 3, and features from Algol, and features from C, C++. So by analyzing all these languages, what are the features are there, and they made very simple to develop, okay, the Python programming. So these are the languages taken as an inspiration to develop the Python programming. That, yes, the Python is one of the very oldest programming language, yes, but unfortunately it has become popular, yes, in very recent years. In recent years of maybe at 7-8 years onwards, the people are talking about when the field of artificial intelligence got emerged. Yes, it is 1991, but Java is in 1995. Yes, of course, in 1993 started, but 1995, okay, the people started working on Java. Yes. So guys, it is one of the very oldest language. Python was one of the very oldest language. And see, and these many language features are considered while developing. Yes, or when the Python program was developed. It. Yes. So, and the next point, guys, you know, versions when this versions got released. So we can say, and first and version of Python was first version of the Python was released in, yes, 1991. Yes, and say that's first version of Python means we can say Python 1.0. Next, and Python 2.0 version was released in, say, in 2000. Yes, and year 2000, and say Python 3.0 and was released in 2008. Yes, and guys, you remember, and now currently, yes, currently now the version we are using 3.7 are now latest, very latest version, but still it is under maintenance, that is called as 3.8. Yes, so most of the projects are still going on, even 2.7 and 2.8. In this, most of the projects still continuing and going on, and but latest version is 3.8. Yes, and if you want you can say and Python and latest version is and 3.8 3.8.2 something, but we can say simply 3.8. So in say if I say 3.0 means maybe 3.1, 3.2, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8 like this. Even the same way Python 2.0 means 2.1 maybe version next version, maybe 2.2 maybe the next version, directly maybe 2.5 is the next version, like that. There are different versions get released in Python 2 version that. Yes. So guys, you can ask the question, why Python? The name is Python means generally you can maybe think as it's a big snake of unlike anaconda like that you are going to think. Why this name was taken while developing a programming language? Yes. And see guys, this Guido van Rossum is a big fan of, he was a big fan of, yes, British English serial called Monty Python's Flying Circus. It's a BBC comedy series in 1970s. Yes, so he was a fan of that series, comedy series that is called comedy series name from the BBC that is called as Monty Python's Flying Circus. That is actually a serial. So in that and say the guide of vandalism wanted the name should be a short and the name should be unique and slightly mysterious. Yes, for that, yes, from the Monty Python's Flying Circus, he has used a very short name called Python, and that name was assigned to this programming language. That even guys, you remember here, fourth point, you remember I mentioned the language called ABC. Yes, even this ABC language, yes, in the development team, yes, Guido van Rossum was one of the team member when the programming language was developed. Yes, so he was one of the team member when this programming was developed called ABC. Yes, so that's the reason he has taken inspiration from ABC and some other programming features, and he started developing the Python. Yes, and here I can say when how the name was and why this Python was name is given. Yes, I hope you guys you're clear about. Yes, so Python derived from, yes, and Python name was derived from BBC as a comedy series called, yes, say and Monty Python's Flying circus. Yes, and say next point, and Guido van Rossum, yes, and wanted a name and that was wanted a name that was short, comma, unique, short, comma, unique, and and slightly, yes, and mysterious. Yes. So that's the reason from this Monty Python Flying Circus. Okay, from that he has taken this word called Python, and the name was given to that programming language. Yes. And one more very important point, guys, what you need to be understand is now very important point. 11th point is very important, and say Python. Yes, guys, remember Python is a open source programming language. Guys, tell me what is the meaning of why Python is called as a open source programming language? It's called open source. Yes. Why it is called as an open source programming language means it's a freely downloadable. No license is required. Open source means, guys, no license is required and it's a freely downloadable. Yes. And you can ask the question now, who is maintaining this Python? Yes, who is maintaining this Python, and who is developing this Python? Yes, for that. Yes. And one more very important point is and say say there is a one organization, non-profitable organization called Python Software Foundation. We shortly called as a PSF, Python Software Foundation. It is an open community, non-profitable organization. Yes, and this company was headed by Guido van Rosenthal. Yes, so let us say and say and Python copyrights and say belongs to Python copyrights belongs to open source community called and say Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation, we shortly call it as a say PSF. Yes, and it is a yes. It is a non-profitable organization. Non-profitable organization headed by Guido van Rossum. Yes, and next one more point you need to understand. You know, and Python Software Foundation developed the CPython is very important point. Understand first you have to understand CPython. What is actually C? Very interesting point here, guys. And Python Software Foundation developed a flavor of the Python called as a CPython. That means, guys, you know what is the meaning of CPython? Python programming language was developed in or developed by using C language. Guys, try to understand the meaning. CPython. That means, see, if you want to develop any programming language, you use some language. Yes. So to develop the Python programming language, the Guido van Rossum has used C language. And C is the base language. C is the base language. considered while developing the Python programming language. That is called as a CPython. Yes, like that. There are some other flavors of the Python are there, but this PSF, that's called Python Software Foundation, yes, developed a Python programming language which is known as a C Python. That yes, C Python. So yes, remember C Python is a better write like this. Python programming language was developed in C. Yes, so and which is known as and C Python. Python programming language was developed in C, which is known as a C Python. That yes, and which is under. Just a minute. I think people are coming and arriving. Just okay. 4 numbers. Shankar sign. I hope you guys can you give in the chat box. Of course, I'm telling the history point. These are very simple. That's the reason there's no much explanation in this part. Okay, just you know the history of that. And can you please give in the chat box? Yes. And it's clear, guys. Sai, you're saying 20th February 1991 developed in the market. Sai, development has not started in 1991. I don't know which book you got referred. See, development started in 1989, but the first version, okay, released to the public community in 1991. Yes, and Sai, that see, still most of the projects are still continuing on a Python 2.7 version, Python 2.6 version. Yes, but Python 2.7 version support is they're giving support up to this 2020, this year ending. Maybe after that 2.7 gets collapsed. Yes, and and few more projects recently, which are projects which are started in data science or machine learning or an artificial intelligence. They are using and 3.2 or 3.6 they are using. Yes. So anyway, the version 2 version means what? Some new features got released. Yes, some new libraries are going to be added. Interpreter performance will be increases, because every time you people are saying compared to C or C++ Java, and Python is slow. Yes, now in every version their interpreter performance they're increasing. Yes, by developing different flavors of the Python. That okay, sure. You're clear, Sai? Okay, fine, good. Okay, the next. Tell me, guys. I'm writing. See, I hope you can understand the C Python. C Python means what's a Python programming language was developed in C. Means C is the base language used in developing the Python programming. So we call C Python is a the C Python was developed by whom? PSF, Python Software Foundation. I will write that point also. Otherwise, we'll okay and say and C Python and was CPython was developed by PSF, Python Software Foundation. That, yes. Now guys, remember, is the only CPython. So CPython was the first Python flavor which was developed by PSF. Later, there are many different flavors of the Python are available. Yes, and these points I'll discuss. Say Jython. Yes. Next, PyPy. These are all different flavors. Jython means, guys, like CPython, Jython. Yes, Jython means, guys, Python was developed in Java programming language. Means they've used the Java as a base language, and they developed as Jython. PyPy. Can anybody say, guys, in chat box, or maybe can anybody speak out? PyPy. I think you are very clear about it. Jython means Python was developed in Java. PyPy. Good. Yeah, we are going to use a standard Python software is CPython only. That point also I will write it. What is PyPy? This we will discuss in separate topic called distributions of the Python or flavors of the Python. Okay, Sai, according to you, I'm writing this point. Yes, CPython. CPython, what software we are using? Sai, we use only CPython only. Okay, and most of the libraries or most of the pre-built functionalities are given in CPython only. Yes, and 99% all the projects have started in CPython only. So I will write one more point, and CPython is a standard Python and say software. CPython is a standard Python software, and that's only we use in projects. Even you people say data science projects, or some people say machine learning projects, some people say deep learning projects. Yeah, all these projects while developing, we use CPython only. Okay, but sometimes we use other flavors also, but we can mix up also. That's we'll discuss one feature called Python is a extensible language, not embedded. Extensible. Python is a extensible language. Yes. So anyway, fine guys. Jython means, and Python Python language was developed in which language? Python software was developed in which language? Java. What is the meaning of PyPy? Can anybody? PyPy, like CPython. CPython means Python programming language was developed in C language. Jython means Python programming language was developed in Java. PyPy means, guys, Python programming language was developed in Python. Yes. Now tell me, in interview, the question will ask you. Now, CPython and PyPy, which is more faster? Performance wise, you always talk about Python is slow, yes. So tell me that CPython and PyPy, these are the two Python programming languages. One is developed in C, other is developed in Python. And which is more faster? Good, Shankar. PyPy. Yes, PyPy. The reason is in CPython we are using some third-party programming language in developing, so some translations are required. But here Python itself we are using to develop the Python software. Yes. So since it is a inbuilt feature. So compared to CPython, and PyPy will be more faster. Now PyPy contents in upcoming classes, I'll tell you when the topic comes distributions of the Python, I'll tell you CPython uses JIT compilers, JIT compilers. JIT compilers means just in time compilers that will make sure that your program executes more faster that. But sir, unfortunately, there are some lot of limitations are available in PyPy. Still, lot of development needs to be okay, needs to be lot of development needs to be do it. Yes, that's the reason. Still today, people are using CPython. I can say CPython is a complete Python software. Complete Python software. But PyPy has maybe performance point of view, PyPy is good, but still lot of implementations they have to do it. Yes, so that's the reason. And people, okay, maybe use bit of PyPy in some applications, not fully supported. Yes, so that's the reason. And PyPy we don't discuss much. Our entire thing complete basic Python programming, advanced Python programming, we use completely CPython. Anyway, in tomorrow's session, we'll discuss about how to install the Python software. Tomorrow itself we'll discuss. Now we are already started entering into the subject part. Yes, and there you will come to know what is CPython and what is interpreters. Okay, these things will be discussed. Because still, guys, you three people, Sai and Shankar and Hardeep, please remember. And once software installation is completed, then I will discuss about the Python architecture. There you will come to know internally how a Python program executes, internals of execution that. Yes, we call it as a anatomy of okay Python programming execution. Yes, okay guys, and one more thing I want to tell you that say why CPython has become well popular. You can ask the question, sir, you're saying CPython is a standard Python software which was developed by PSF. It's a non-profitable organization. That's good. It's an open source programming language. Open source means free and downloadable. Good. Now, what is the main advantage of the CPython? Guys, in CPython, the software was developed in such a way that there are many predefined programs, okay, which was developed in CPython. Those predefined programs are called modules or packages or libraries. Yes, sir. From last 5-6 years onwards, you people are hearing one important concept terminology called AI, artificial intelligence. Yes, or sometimes you're going to hear the word called data science. Yes, sometimes you people are going to talk about one of the word called machine learning. Yes, see guys, machine learning is a part of AI only, but people use different ways they speak out. Yes, so why machine learning has become more popular nowadays? Why deep learning has become more populated, or otherwise say why AI has become more popular now? Because of Python. Yes, why? Because Python programming language or CPython software is developed with many built-in features. Yes, many built-in modules, packages, libraries. Those libraries makes very unique in developing AI projects that's the reason. Sai, tell me, sir, can you tell me the meaning of extra? Sure, Sai. And we have not yet entered into that level. There is one topic called after installation. I will tell you the topic called characteristic features of the Python. Yes. Okay. What is actually? I will tell you extensible. Okay. For the timing, I will tell you that extensible language means say here there are two important terminologies you need to understand. extensible and embedded. Yes. So extensible means, yes, you can use the Python programming. Yes, you can use Python programming in, okay, combined with other languages. Yes, you can say Python program, say you written one Python program. Yes, maybe that can be included in Java, that can be included in C++. Yes, it is extendable. Yes, maybe a program which was written in CPython, yes, you can use in, okay, PyPy. It's extendable. Yes, embedded means, remember, say already you developed an application in C++. In that you can include this Python programming embedded. In C++ application, you can embed Python programming. That is called embedded. These are all comes under features of Python programming language. There I will certainly with more clarity and more explanation I will give you. Yes, I just know I told you that we are entered into the subject. Tomorrow I'll plan, okay, I plan to discuss of the Python software installation. Once installation is completed, yes, we are going to discuss about architecture of the or anatomy of the Python. Then we'll discuss about characteristic features of the Python. Once that is completed, next we are going to enter into data types. We discussed yesterday business application made up of data and operations, data types and variables, like that. One by one topic is interrelated. There should be a link up is required. Then you can better understand it. Okay, Sai? Okay, don't worry about it. We are going to once again come up with what is extensible language. Nothing to worry about it. Okay, and say now I'm writing, say Python programming language contains yes predefined predefined programs called, sorry, called modules or, yes, we can say predefined programs called modules or libraries, or one more word you can use, say packages. Yes, and I'll tell you, suppose in Python generally how we use is, suppose say import. Yes, I can import the package into my program, import math. Now one of the package name is math. That means mathematical related package. You can do square root, you can do exponential, okay, you can do some mathematical related operations like logarithmic calculations, like import math. Maybe you can say as a import time. Yes, maybe time related calculations. Yes, so these things, but good. So Python programming language contains predefined programs called modules or libraries or packages. You can ask the question, sir, how many packages are there? So when it comes to, guys, we approximately, I'll tell you that, yes, say mm, say Python contains, say 1 lakh 1 lakh, okay, plus packages. You can say around 1,20,000, 1,30,000 packages, okay, we are having. All these packages are very useful in developing, okay, projects. That's the reason code gets reduced a lot, not like Java. Yes, code reduced a lot. That's the reason nowadays most of the people, why they're showing interest in learning the AI or data science or machine learning. Yes, everybody says I'm learning machine learning. Some people says I'm learning AI. All are one and the same only, but people use different terminologies. That's all. These are all. Yes, machine learning is a part of AI only. Yes, deep learning is a part of AI only. Yes, but AI comes under the concept of data science only. But people use different terminologies. Yes. So why people are simply showing an interest? Why? Because Python has lot of packages. Directly you can use the package. So you'll get some functionality. You can reduce the code. You can simply build some machine learning applications. That. Yes. Why Python has become popular means not because of the speed, because of these packages. Yes. So, yes, I hope you guys are very clear about this. Yes. And guys, this is the history of the Python programming that. You guys are very clear about it? In chat box, please. Sai, good. So what is the meaning of machine or low level language means? See, in late 1950s, see, I'm talking about 1950. Yes, 1950, 1960. In this period of time, we have a computers. Yes, we have computers. Okay, those computers are developed in, yes, those computers can understand only machine or low level language. What is the meaning of machine or low level language means? A language which is understandable by the computers. That is called low level language. What computers can understand? Binary digits like 0 and 1. What is 0 and 1? These are nothing but electrical signals like switch off and switch on. Switch off means 0, switch on means 1. That is the way the computer motherboards have written that. Even today, what are the computers, your lap is, your desktops, what language can understand? Machine language only can understand. That's called low level language. That means, okay, programmers used to write the programs in low level language. Yes, low level language means computers understandable language. So you are directly writing the programs in binary format. So no translations are required. Why? Because your computer can understand. Programmer is writing the source code in binary digits. Computer can also understand the binary digits. So any translation required, Sai? Sai, you are a programmer. You are a programmer. You're writing a program or set of instructions in binary digits like 0 and 1. Then computer can understand what language? Again, binary digits. So program is in binary digits and a computer can understand the binary digits. So any translations required? I'm asking Sai. Yes, I think Sai is yes. No need. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, and low level languages are very faster in execution. No translators are required. But assembly language, and come to the high level language, compulsory translators are required. So bit slow compared to low level language. And Shankar is asking the question, sir, we are writing the code in pycharm. Very good. See, if you are a beginner, the way you need to start, Yes, first I'll tell you, yes, how to write a code in interactive mode. Then we are going to learn how to write a code in script mode. These are all terminologies: interactive mode, script mode. I told you yesterday we have to discuss some glossary, yes, of the programming, Python programming. Script mode, that's called also batch mode. And then we are going to use Jupyter Notebook, and we are going to use pycharm. Yes, yeah, all the things you'll get experience, nothing to worry about it. So one by one. Yes, start from simple thing and extend your skills. That, yes. So Shankar, clear? Okay. So Shankar, don't worry that we'll discuss pycharm also, that because that is all, that's actually in real time. Most of the projects gets commences in pycharm only, that nothing to worry that. Yes, learning purpose only we use Jupyter Notebook, but real time point of view, the pycharm is compulsory required, nothing to worry about it. Yes, the pycharm is called as ID, integrated development environment. Yes, so good. I hope you guys are very clear. Hardeep and Venkatesh and Shankar, these are just simple points to remember. But anyway, this document I will send you today. Yes, and 2 videos needs to be uploaded. Okay, yesterday's video and today's video gets uploaded in our YouTube channel. And please, okay, guys, you subscribe it, and okay, and enjoy learning with the PyLabs. And tomorrow we are going to meet, discuss with Python installation and some programming, Python programming terminologies. That, yes. Tomorrow document not getting, sir. Tomorrow or yesterday? Yesterday. Hardeep. Yes. 1 minute. Hardeep, yesterday we have discussed about the topic called section 9. Okay. Here, okay, we have discussed about just, okay, typed or typeless. Already you check your document, which I sent the document, you have differences between typed and typeless languages. It is there. That's the reason yesterday I did not send it. Check the document. One of the document has differences between typed and typeless, and yes, it is there. If not, I will send you, don't worry. But today's document anyway, within maximum, okay, 1 hour down the line, I'm going to send the documents, today's document. And please check, yesterday's document is already available in which I sent it 2 days before. And 2 videos I will upload in our YouTube channel. Yes. Okay, guys. And also, okay, fine, good. Okay, tomorrow I will talk to you these things. Okay. And tomorrow, now I came to know that remaining people may not come, so we will shortly by 7:05 we are going to start the session. Is it okay for you guys? I thought of waiting for the people, but I confirmed it. Remaining people may come or may not come. Okay, and tomorrow we are going to start by sharp 7:05. That, okay, guys? Clear? Fine. Okay, guys, tomorrow we'll meet and we'll discuss about okay, software installation. And tomorrow class, very important, don't miss that. We are going to discuss about the as terminologies what we have to follow in upcoming classes of the Python. That's called Python programming glossary. Yes, after installation I will discuss. Installation just completes in 10-15 minutes, not more than that, and remaining part will complete it. Yes, thank you guys, and have a nice day, and tomorrow we'll meet that. Thank you very much.